Good morning, everyone. I'm Megan Fox with pjmedia.com, and today I'm going to be reading to you a couple of articles that I just found. Frankly, I'm not really that interested in what is going on with Will Smith anymore, but a couple of articles just popped up that I thought I should read because one of my predictions may be coming true. I said that I thought that his movie career was probably over. Now, a couple of things happened over the weekend. Will Smith did resign from the Academy. He did that preemptively, probably hoping they won't take his Oscar away. At this point, I don't really care what they do. I don't care. I am more upset that Chris Rock did a comedy show and didn't make one joke about it than I am about anything else. I mean, how wussy is that? Comedy's dead. It is dead. I thought he would do 2 hours on the Smiths. I mean, there's enough there's enough material to do 2 hours on Will and Jada Smith, but no, he wussed out. He didn't do it. So I'm like, okay, so if Chris Rock doesn't even care then why do I care? But anyway, here's some news from The Hollywood Reporter. Netflix backs away from Will Smith film Fast and Loose. Oh shoot, my glasses are dirty. Hold on a second, I have to clean them. I can't see. All right, there we go. All right, the week before the Oscar ceremony, director David Leitch, in a stroke of unintentional good timing, withdrew as the director of a planned Netflix movie, Fast and Loose, starring Will Smith. Instead, he moved on to Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling for Universal, which is supposed to start production in August. A source says Netflix was competing with Universal to be the next project for Leitch, but Universal pulled ahead. According to sources, Netflix put out an urgent call for another director to take over the project featuring the star who was heavily favored to win Best Actor at the Oscars. But soon after Smith's attack on Chris Rock and the Oscars stage, Netflix quietly moved the project to the back burner. Fast and Loose was to tell the story of a crime boss who loses his memory after an attack. Piecing together clues, he discovers that he has led a double identity as a wealthy kingpin and a broke CIA agent. It appears that Netflix was understandably wary of moving forward. It's unclear whether it will try to make the project with another star and director. Oh, wow, they might even replace him as the star? Smith now has Apple's slave escape drama Emancipation in post-production, but I have news about that as well. So let's go on over to the story about Apple. Apple TV is sitting on a $120 million Will Smith movie for fall, plus investors in his company may be holding a $60 million bag. This is on Showbiz 411. It's written by Roger Friedman. So now what? Isn't Roger Friedman the guy that wrote that hilarious article about And Just Like That I loved so much that we laughed about? I think he is. Anyway, so now what? Last week, Apple TV must have been thrilled. They had a $120 million movie starring Will Smith, directed by Antoine Fuqua, all teed up for the next Oscar season. Smith plays a real-life slave named Peter from a Louisiana plantation in 1863. They had the presumptive Oscar winner from the season with another Oscar movie coming. The movie, called Emancipation, is described this way according to Collider. Peter, a slave on a Louisiana plantation. After receiving a brutal whipping by one of the plantation's overseers, Peter fled to the north, where he joined the Union Army. When Peter showed Army doctors his back during a medical examination, they took photos of his scars. And one photo, known as the scourged back, was published around the world, effectively going viral all the way back in 1863. The photo made its way around the world and was held up as proof of the cruelty of slavery in America. It solidified the abolitionist cause and prompted many free blacks to join the Union Army in order to fight racists in the South. The film has been shot and is being readied for viewing this fall. But what will Apple do? Even 6 months from now, every interviewer or reporter will ask Smith about what happened this week. Doing publicity or marketing for Emancipation will be a nightmare. Even with Smith's resignation from the Academy today, we don't know if there will be further repercussions. Smith also has at least one film in pre-production called Fast and Loose. And we know now that Netflix has put that on the back burner. So the question for Smith is, was it worth it? Because it's looking like what I said would happen is happening. which is that nobody's gonna wanna touch him with a 10-foot pole. He has destroyed his reputation, and it looks like he is destroying his career. I didn't even think about what marketing would be like, and every reporter that he has to sit in front of is, of course, gonna bring this up. Of course. So, you know, I guess you reap what you sow, Will, and this will probably be the last video I make about this. I mean, at this point, I really don't care about what Hollywood rich people are doing, unless it affects me somehow, and none of this does. So, I mean, I think it's an interesting, commentary on what our culture is like, that someone like Will Smith could get away with this. I just think it shows and I don't think he will get away with it now. He's not gonna get away with it professionally. They should have dragged him out of there. They should have arrested him. He should have faced some consequences, and maybe if they had done that, he wouldn't be facing these severe penalties with the movies. Um, if people had seen him actually get a consequence when it happened, like anyone else would, like I would, like you would, then maybe Apple wouldn't need to pull his movie. Maybe Netflix wouldn't need to stick his project on the back burner if he actually had a consequence and had to stand in front of a judge. But no, they have different rules for theirs in Hollywood. They have different rules for stars, and they don't have to pay attention to silly laws like we do about assault and battery. No, 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 no. He's never going to stand in front of a judge. So instead, his punishment is going to be getting his movies yanked. And, you know, I don't care. Don't care. I think, you reap what you sow, karma's a bitch and all that. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll keep an eye on how these things go, but I doubt that I'm going to have much to say about Will Smith going forward. All right. So, updates on the channel. Are you guys tuning in for book club on Friday nights at 5 p.m.? Because we certainly have a ton of stuff there, fun things happening. We're doing Sex and the City Book Club by Candace Bushnell. I'm on chapter 7 starting on Friday. That's going to be a lot of fun. Also, don't forget to visit the store. And the merch store has tons of stuff for you there, which is a lot of fun and supports the channel when they demonetize me every single time I put anything up on the channel. By the way, every video that I put up now gets demonetized, and it's it's just funny. I'm like fighting with YouTube all day long. Every time I put up a video, they turn the dollar sign yellow, and then I have to fight with them. So support the channel. Go to the merch store. We've got all kinds. I have a new mug. It's a wine cooler that says "Make Americans Friends Again." And by the way, I got such a nice email today from one of the listeners who said that I helped him really make a turn and discover that the party he was supporting didn't care about him except for his identity. And that was like the best email I got ever. And I think I am doing something to make Americans friends again. And I hope that we can continue the conversation that we're having here, and just talk like people again instead of warring sides of factions. So check out the merch store, support the show, because YouTube does not want me to be able to have this show for some reason. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to set your alarms for 5 p.m. on Fridays for book club, because that's a lot of fun. And coming up, I'm going to be working on that third part of Miranda and Steve's relationship. I got to get back to that. I know you guys are waiting for that. A bunch of you keep asking me about it. I am going to do it, I promise. I just have a lot to do for work. Speaking of, I've got to get my podcast up for today for The Fringe, which is on pjmedia.com. You can sign up there under the VIP subscription service to get my podcast every Friday. Use my promo code FOX for a discount, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a lovely morning.